Hi, welcome to Learn with me, Mrs. Sullivan. Today, I want to share this book, Bats by Lily Wood, with you. Bats by Lily Wood. This book has some wonderful pictures, like you see here, of this mother and baby bat. Have you seen bats? Most bats fly at night. Look at the sky. Look for dark wings. Bats turn fast. They flap their wings. They catch bugs in the air. Bats fly, but bats are not birds. Birds have feathers. Bats do not. Bats have fur. In this photograph, we see a bat catching a cicada. And here we have the text feature, take a closer look, a close-up photograph. This is a close-up of the bat's fur, and you can see how very, very furry it is. Sometimes when I'm reading a nonfiction text and there's a text feature that is a special photograph, I might read that before the text, and that's what I'm going to do now. This text feature says, take an inside look, and this is the X-ray of the long-eared bat. And you can really see the stretched out fingers in the wings and the little tiny thumb. The legs look similar to other animals. And you even see a faint outline of the super long ears. That's a cool X-ray, looking at the bones inside of the bat's body. Now it's time to read the text. Bats' wings are not the same as bird wings, right? They're a stretched out hand. There are many kinds of bats. Some bats can climb, hop, or swim, but bats fly most of the time. Bats are mammals. Mother bats feed milk to their babies. Bats are the only mammal that can fly. Bats sleep upside down. Bats have claws that cling to trees and cave walls. In the large picture, we see a newborn baby bat that has not yet grown its fur. In the Take a Closer Look text feature, we see a close-up of a bat's claws. The bat's claws are curved kind of opposite of how birds' claws are, because they're not made for sitting on top of a branch. They're made for hanging down below. Bats live in many parts of the world. Bats can live in caves. Bats can live inside trees. Bats can live in attics. Bats can live under bridges. And here is a bat that is in a palm tree. This is a close-up of a palm frond. These are smaller bats, but you can really see. And again, they have an interesting shaped nose to help with the echolocation and big ears to help with their echolocation, hearing the sounds to help them find their way. Some bats live in small families. Some bats live in large groups. Large or small, these groups are called colonies. So inside here, a cave, we see a colony of bats hanging by their feet. Most bats eat most bats eat bugs or fruit. Some bats drink the sweet juice inside flowers. That's nectar. Vampire bats bite cows and birds. They lick a tiny bit of blood. Blood is their food. Now here we see a fruit bat, one of the largest bats, enjoying a banana. Bats fly at night. They use sound to find their way. A bat makes sounds through its mouth or nose. These sounds bounce off objects. The sound comes back to the bat's ears as an echo. This helps the bat locate an object. That's why it's called echolocation. Take a closer look. This is a close-up of a bat's ears. And I think this might be the big-eared bat. And they certainly are very big to help them use them for echolocation. Bats use echoes to find things. This is called echolocation. And here in the parentheses, you can see the sounds echolocation. Bats use echolocation to find and catch bugs at night. And here the bat's zeroing in on a little moth. In winter, some bats migrate. These bats travel to warmer places for the winter. Now this is a great picture for you to see how you can identify a group of bats instead of a group of birds. If you look very closely at some of the wings of the bats, you will see they're bending in places and ways that birds' wings do not bend. Because when a bat flies, it almost looks like the opening and closing of a hand with the fingers moving and rolling. Because there's so many more options, because their wing is a big hand, and they're different from bird wings. So when they fly, the movement of their wings tells you it's a bat and not a bird. And sometimes in the daytime, or especially early evening or early morning, you might see bats. So some bats migrate. Other bats hibernate. They spend the winter in a cave, a building, or a tree. When a bat hibernates, its heartbeat and breathing slow down. And here are some bats so tightly packed together that helps them when they're hibernating. That is why it's important to not go in caves. You might disturb some hibernating bats, which is very harmful to them. Each year, a mother bat usually has one pup. A pup is a baby bat. While the mother bat hunts for food, the pup stays home. When the mother returns, she finds the pup by its call and its smell. She can always find her pup. Bats help farmers. They eat bugs that munch on farmers' crops. Like bees, bats carry pollen from plant to plant. This helps plants make seeds. Today, it's hard for bats to find homes. Many trees have been cut down. Some people help bats. People put up bat boxes in their yards. These are new homes for bats. So this is a bat box. The bat flies in the bottom part, and up towards the top, there's a little bar, a place for them to hang by their feet. Click, 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 the bats call. The bats fly out of houses. The bats fly out of caves. The bats fly up into the sky. And the whole colony comes out about at the same time. And there's some places where you might go and be by a bridge or something, and all the bats come out. Glossary: colonies, group of animals such as bats that live together in the same place. Echolocation, to find, locate objects by sending out sounds, then listening to the sound that bounces back, the echo. Hibernate, to enter a sleep-like state in winter. Mammals, animals that feed milk to their babies and also have hair or fur. They forgot to put that on there. Migrate, to take a seasonal journey from one place to another. So to move because of either because of the cold in the winter. Pup, a baby bat. Thanks for watching Learn with me, Mrs. Sullivan. I hope you enjoy learning so many interesting things about bats.